and welcome to our first rider tip for the new season. And to get the ball rolling, we're going to start off with beginner level jumping. And the little man next to me, Cameron Bell, he's my little guru demonstrator, is going to be right with me all the way by my side. Now, from the moment the parents purchase the motorcycle off the showroom floor, the kids are already starting to think about getting a bit of air time, about starting to learn how to jump. Now, it's important to remember that what goes up must come down. So not only do we need to learn how to take off, but most importantly, we need to figure out how to land and make sure that this bike is going to tackle a landing nice and safely. The first thing we need to look at is your run-up or your approach to the jump. We want to be trying to find a nice smooth area with not too many acceleration bumps. That way we'll be able to keep that bike nice and straight as we approach the takeoff. A few of the things we need to keep an eye out for on the takeoff ramp. We want to watch out for ruts. We need to keep an eye out for kickers that's going to cause your bike to either step out sideways or to kick up at the rear end. Now, we need to have a look at the landing area, because if you don't look and see where you're going to land, there could be bumps, slippery patches, there could be all kinds of stuff. So we need to have a good look at our landing area, and based on these three things, you can start to put a bit of a plan together. It's really important that we have a look at the rider's body position. We cannot emphasize enough how important it is to grip nice and tight with your legs. We don't want to be holding on too tight with our hands, because our fine motor skills such as clutch, throttle and braking, that's what we need our hands for. If you death grip onto the bike too tight, you're going to give yourself arm pumps straight away, and that's when a lot of dangerous things happen on jumps. Now, the next factor is your throttle control and what we're supposed to do, remembering that this is beginner level jumping. Approach the jump at a nice medium pace with a bit of a pause just before the base of the takeoff ramp, and then we roll the power on nice and smooth all the way until our wheels get airborne. If you accidentally back off as soon as your front wheel gets airborne and your back wheel's still on the ground, it's going to dip that front wheel really quick, and you'll either nearly get thrown over the handlebars or have a big crash over the handlebars. It's very important that as you go up the takeoff ramp, you don't get too defensive and off the back of the bike. Now, all that's going to do is shoot that front wheel up in the air nice and high as soon as you take off. It's going to make the landing very dangerous, and it's going to waste a lot of energy in those legs. So try to make sure that you stay nice and aggressive, keep that chin hovering over the crossbar pad, and resist that temptation to get off the back of the bike. Now, to finish the job off nicely, you've got to make sure that when you land off the jump, that you land with a little bit of power. Well, even for beginner level jumping, it's still important to remember we're not trying to go as high as we can, so try not to lift the bike too much and fly through the air as high as you can. We want to try to absorb that impact, try to keep those wheels nice and low, because the quicker we can get those wheels on the ground, the quicker we're going to be able to get back into it. Well, that completes our first rider tip on beginner level jumping. What do you reckon, Cam? We're up the confidence a little bit now?
Yeah, heaps. Thanks, Lee.
No worries, buddy. Good boy. Okay, for all of you guys out there, when you get into it, have a little bit of fun, but remember, stay safe.